Hey friend, I can't believe that I almost forgot to do my podcast today. It is late at night and I all of a sudden was like, oh, I haven't done a podcast for this week. So needless to say, I am not super organized and, but I'm here and I want to do it anyway, because this is to me one of the steps, one of the things that we have to do as business owners is that we have to be consistent no matter what, and we have to show up no matter what. And so I am going to just do what I know to do, because I know it's going to help you to see me, because I'm walking the journey, right? Like I'm walking the prosperous journey and I'm teaching you as I go. So that is like that's what I want the whole point of this particular episode to be about, is maintaining consistency and doing what you say you're going to do no matter what. So I wanted to share a story. So I was talking to someone about business. This person was very excited, was so ready to get going and taking all the steps, doing all the things. And then all of a sudden the fear set in, the fear and the doubts. And I get a message saying, what if I can't do this? What if I can't, what if I have no customers? What if I, and I sat there for a second going, I so relate. I so could understand what this person was going through, because it is scary. It is scary to step out and to start a business, right? Like we have all these dreams for starters, but then we also have all these mindset patterns and things that have stopped us in the past, or things that have gotten in our way in the past. And that's what I heard in this person specifically was, I am absolutely afraid that I'm going to fail. And what are people going to think, right? But I took this person back to the same place that I went to when I started business, which was just being afraid. And my mentor and coach now, she said to me, because I said almost the exact same message. Like, I don't think I'm ready for this right now. I think I'm going to wait. And I think I'll do this. I'll do it in a few months or something. That was my kind of thing. And this beautiful lady who is my coach, she says, is it true that you still want to bring your husband home from his carpentry job? And I said, well, yeah, of course. She goes, okay, do you have any other plan? Like, how else are you're going to pull that off? You said that he makes like a lot more money than you do at your day job. So how are you going to pull that off? And I was just kind of like, I don't know. And she said, here's what I want you to know. She said, I know for a fact that I can help you be successful. And I know for a fact that if you lean in and you do what I tell you to do and you follow the trainings to a T, she said, you will be successful in this business. She said, but you've got to trust me, and you've got to believe that this can happen. Even if you don't believe it for yourself at the moment, she said, I want you, if you can lean on my belief, and if you can lean in the fact that you can trust me, because she's one of the top income earners in our team. And she said, I need you to trust me, and I need you to believe that this is possible, and the rest I can help you with. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do it. And I was thinking about that after, and I thought, what was it about her that made me so confident, right? When I was so afraid 10 minutes prior to. And it was her certainty. It was her absolute unwavering certainty that she knew that this business could be successful. And so that's exactly what I shared with this person today, was that exact same certainty. It's like, this is what she told me, and this is what I'm going to tell you too, because I believe it to be true, and I'm seeing it, right? I'm seeing that in action as we speak. And then the other thing that I said to this person was, you need to not, we can't make decisions out of fear, because for starters, God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. So if there's fear, that's not coming from the great God Almighty. That's coming from somewhere else. And so how many times do we stop ourselves because we're afraid? How many times do we talk ourselves out of the dreams that we have on our heart to do because we doubt? How many times? And I want you to ask yourself that. If you're listening to this podcast and you've maybe failed at a few things, or there's been multiple things you haven't done because you've been afraid to do them, then ask yourself, like, what has happened when you've lived in fear? What's happened in your life? Has it changed? Or do you look back in 5 years and you're still in the exact same spot you were back then? Because that was my reality. When I would think that I can't do that, I'm too afraid. But then life would go on. Life goes on regardless of what we do. And then I'd be so frustrated because I'd be like, how come I'm still in the same spot I was last year and the year before and the year before? And then it hit me. It's because I would live in my fear space, right? And I would make excuses for things, and I wouldn't take the action that I knew I was supposed to take because it was too big. It was too far out of my comfort zone. But then here's the other reality. What happens, and I know you've had these experiences, what happens when you go all in on something, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your parenting, whether it's your weight loss, workout goals, or your business, or your health, or whatever the thing may be. When you go all in and you have total faith and you believe 100% that it is going to be improved or better, what happens? It improves, doesn't it? Like when I look back on my life and I think about all the times, and I've been doing that a lot this last few weeks, it's just, I've kind of been coming back up in my mind about, like when I'm really committed, when I really believe, it always works out in a certain direction, right? Like maybe not exactly the way that I wanted, but when you look back, it's like, oh, look at that. It went perfectly, right? But then when I let the fear, the doubt, the disbelief, like all those things in, that's when you don't see the needle move and you get frustrated and, all those things. And so that's really what I wanted to leave you with today. Well, two things. Be consistent and persistent, and don't let excuses get in your way. Because I could have, right? I could have said, I'm not prepared for this podcast today. Just skip it. Because I almost did. I almost said, oh man, it's already 8:00 at night and I don't even have anything planned, and I didn't plan this at all. So I did that. And then it's like, okay, is that the reality you want to live in? Or do you want to do it messy, do it scared, do it anyway? And so that's why I'm here. So two things. Do it anyway, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it. Show up for yourself and for the people that you are called to serve in the way that you're called to serve them. Don't try and be somebody else. Just be you, right? And the other thing is don't let fear stop you, because there's so much beauty and so much of God's grace and mercy on the other side of fear. I promise you. So my friend, that's what I'm going to leave you with today. And I hope that this blesses you. And again, if you find value in this podcast, please come on over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. I would love to hear from you. Absolutely. It warms my heart to hear things and to know that I'm actually connecting, because sometimes a podcast it's kind of a lonely game, right? Like people aren't commenting and liking and doing all the things like they are on social media, but I still really enjoy podcasting, and I really enjoy listening to podcasts, like when I'm driving or cleaning house or whatever. So I pray that if you have it in you, and if this is blessing you on any level, then leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. And that's the biggest way that you can thank me for showing up. And if you have, gained enough inspiration from this podcast to go out and do the thing that's scaring you, I'd love to hear that too. All right, my friend, take care. And I don't really have a call to action because, again, I wasn't prepared for this podcast, but just always check the show notes. There's always cool things. I always have a link or so in the show notes of things that can help you, resources that can point you in the right direction. So take care, my friend. God bless, and I'll be better prepared next week, I promise. Bye for now. How much longer can you afford to wait before taking control of your time and finances? What would life look like with a passive income from an online business that you could build from anywhere? If you had the support and the resources to succeed, what kind of impact could you make for yourself and your family? On this podcast, you will find simple solutions to help you start and grow your own online business that will pay you daily, even when you are enjoying adventures with your loved ones. My mission is to equip you to be wealthy in both time and money with digital marketing skills, tips to overcome adversity, and steps to living out your purpose. If you are ready to say yes to a more rewarding and fulfilling life where you are making a bigger impact and transforming people's lives, then you're going to love this podcast. Hey, my name is Melanie. I'm a wife, a mother, and a blessed believer. I tried over the years many different side hustles to try and make a passive income and to live this life of freedom that everybody talks about. But what I finally realized is that I needed a step-by-step plan to keep me focused and consistent. I needed to link arms with others who were doing what I wanted to do, and now I'm excited to get to share with you what I'm learning. If you are ready to finally find freedom and own your own online business that helps you to never miss another family fun adventure and to make an impact while sitting on the beach, then this podcast is for you. So strap on your hiking boots and let's climb this mountain together.